Good morning, Year 4. Welcome to Thursday's maths lesson. I'd like you to look at the mental arithmetic questions on the screen in front of you and pause the video in order to solve them, please. Welcome back, Year 4. I'm now going to reveal the questions and the answers. So, I hope, first of all, that you realise that you could use your number bonds to help you solve 500 add 500. If we know that 5 add 5 is 10, then 500 add 500 is 1000. And if you know that 7 add 3 is 10, then we should hopefully know that 700 add 300 is 1000. Effectively, I've got 7 lots of 100, add 3 lots of 100 is 10 lots of 100. 10 lots of 100 is the same as 1000. 999 subtract 600. Because I've got nothing to subtract from the tens column and from the ones column, I'm still going to end up with 99 in my tens and ones column. I am simply going to be doing 900 take 600, which is 300. I can also mentally just quickly add 399 back onto 600 to see if it takes me back to 999. Always good to check with the inverse operation. And so on to today's maths lesson. Today you're going to be solving addition and subtraction problems. You are going to be needing to use an addition or subtraction written method if you're doing the bronze, silver and gold challenges. And for everyone, you're going to need to consider carefully how to solve your problem, thinking very much about which operation you need to use. Bronze, silver and gold, I'd like you to have a go at these 4 questions mentally while I just run through this input for the Sapphire challenge. I've got a missing number. The number I was thinking of, I subtracted 10 and it gave me the answer 30. How do I find this missing number? Well, if we use the 100 square as an example to help us find the answer. If my answer is 30 and I took away 10 to get to 30, then I know that my answer is going to be bigger than 30 because I subtracted 10 to get the answer 30. So if I subtracted 10 to get the answer, I can do the inverse, which is the opposite, and I can add 10 to find my starting number. As we know, I don't need to count 10 on 100 square. It is simply going to be the number above. So 30 add 10, the answer is going to be 40. Now, if I look at the other questions, then very similar. If my starting number here is 34. If I've subtracted 10, then 10 more is just going to be the number on the square above. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I've added 10, so the answer is 44. If I'm going this way, I'm adding 10. If I check this calculation is correct, I can start on 44 and I can subtract 10, which would give me the answer 34. Therefore, I know that this number is correct just here. Now, 22. Something take away 70 is 22. So on this occasion, if my answer is 22 and 70 was subtracted, yep, I think lots of you have worked this out, I need to add 70 back on to 22. 1 10, 2 10s, 3 10s, 4 10s, 5 10s, 6 10s, 7 10s. It takes me to 92. I can check that. 92 take away 7 10s, 1 10, 2 10s, 3 10s, 4 10s, 5 10s, 6 10s, 7 10s is 22. if I'm on 17 and I was to add on 70, I would get, once I've counted on my 100 square, to 87. And I can see that if I took off 7 tens from 87, I would get to 17. So I'd like you to think today, when you start your task, please, Sapphire group, how many tens you're needing to add back on. You're needing to add on 8 tens here. For question 10, you're needing to add 6 tens back on. And for question 11, add 5 tens back on. And your starting number is always going to be the answer. Good luck, Sapphire group. If any other groups would like to complete that challenge quickly mentally, then that is good practice for you as well. Now, all of you, bronze, silver and gold today, are going to have 1 or 2 problems based on what you did yesterday, just as a quick reminder. Often we're very successful in maths, but the trick is, can we remember it the next day or the day after that, or even a few weeks after that? Mrs. Large saw a car for sale for £8,000. She really liked it, so she negotiated with the dealer and she managed to get £385 knocked off the price. How much did she pay for the car? Well, using my same difference method, I can reduce the 8,000 to 7,999. I can reduce the 385 to 384, and I can solve that problem. I'm not going to show you how to do that because you have already had a good couple of days on similar problems now, but you will be faced with 2 of those problems initially today. For your last 4 problems, they're going to be similar to this. 672 subtract 125 is less than what number? It then says, what is the smallest number that you can put in the box to make this statement true? So it's really important that we know that this symbol here means less than. You'll remember from in class that this is like a mouth. It always eats the larger number. This always points to the smaller number. So my question is, to find out what number is going to go in this box, what do I need to do first of all? Those of you who have figured it out in your heads, well done. First of all, I need to work out what this side actually is. 672 subtract 125. Now I can't take 5 from 2, so I'm going to need to exchange. This is going to become 6, this is going to carry my 1 across, and this is going to now become 12. 5 from 12 is 7, 7 add 5 makes 12, I know I've done that column correct. 6 take away 2 is 4, and 4 added back to 2 would make 6, 6 take away 1 is 5. Does my answer look realistic? Does it look as if these 2 numbers added together would make this starting number? And my answer is yes. So now I know that this side is worth 547. If I read this statement then, it says 547 is less than what number? Well, I could choose all sorts of numbers. 600 is definitely less than that. 1,952 is definitely less than that. But hold on a second. It actually says, what is the smallest number that I can put into the box? I don't think either of those are the smallest numbers. So if this has got to be less than, we'll assume that we've got to use a whole number. So the smallest whole number is going to be 548. Some of you might have worked out, who are confident with decimals, that I could have had 547.1, for example. But we're going to say whole numbers, please, for all of these problems today. So the smallest number that I can have on this side, because it's got to be bigger than this side, remember, is going to be 548. This is a very similar problem, but on this occasion it asks me what's the largest number, not the smallest. It's really important you read the question carefully. What's the largest number I can put in this box to make this statement true? 344 at 569 is greater than. So my symbol has been reversed. This symbol now means greater than. Okay, we can highlight this symbol here to show the one that we are talking about. So, first thing I need to do, hopefully you have managed to work this out already, is I need to work out what is the value of this side. My sum is 344 at 569, but what is the answer to that sum? 4 add 9, well, I always put the larger number in my head first of all. 9 add 4 is 13. Carry my 1 at the bottom. 4 add 6 is 10. Add my 1 from the bottom. I'm just going to just redo that. Sometimes this mouse is tricky to use. And cross off this number so that I know that I've used it correctly, that I've actually added it on correctly. And 5 add 3 is 8, add the 1 at the bottom is 9. Now before I do anything else, I'm going to look to see if my answer looks realistic. 300 add 500 is 800, and I can see these numbers would take me over 100, so I'm happy that 913 would be my answer. So on this side, my value is 913. It says greater than the largest number I could put in the box. So I could easily say 913 is greater than 800. But I think I can go for a larger number than that, and I know that's what I need, is the largest number. So I think the largest number I can have is 912. Because I can't have 913, that would be the same. I would need an equal sign then. And we've already said we're only going to deal in whole numbers. So I couldn't have, for example, 912.9. Even 0.99. We've said whole numbers, please. Okay. So this was the value on this side. It has to be bigger, because this is what this symbol tells me, than this side. Remember, it's like a mouth eating the larger side. We always point to the smaller number. So this has to be bigger. What's the biggest then I can have on this side? 912. So you have got a series of problems today, and they follow the ones that we've just practiced or that you've watched me model. So have a go, please, and try and think, does your answer look realistic? And I'd like you to use your calculator as much as you can to check the answers for your questions. Good luck, Year 4. See you again tomorrow.